right, welcome back to the Dog Bowl Food Truck, everybody. We are back here with Malsanz. Say hello.
Hello.
There he is. He didn't even have to. You didn't have to help me prompt you or anything. Where we last left off, Anton is being hazed just as viciously as he was afraid he was going to be. Which I didn't get bullied too hardcore, at least not by this many people all at once. So I can't say I relate to this, but I have been bullied before because I've been openly gay in the Bible Belt, you know. That shit sucks. I think the worst time was when somebody fucking took my backpack in gym when we were out in gym class and they put it in a toilet and pissed on it and tried to flush it.
Okay.
What?
My thought process is Anton really getting bullied by a lot of people? Because there's really only been two.
Yeah, it's the mean girl and this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's actually something that bothers me, and I think it was better spoken about by a couple people who covered and did essays on Dr. Phil's The House of Hatred, which is that weird Dr. Phil, like, sharing a house show that they tried to do for a while there.
I don't know anything about it.
So basically, Dr. Phil's House of Hatred, to cut it very short, is they had an aggressively assertive black person who's racist against white people, I think, or something like that, in a house with a racist white guy, a really fat guy who, interestingly, would end up going on to be on My 600 Pound Life, in a house with a girl who hates fat people. And it was just kind of that sort of setup, and the whole idea was for Dr. Phil to have this house of hatred to see if he could, like, teach people to be kinder to one another. It ended up, like, not going well from what I recall. But the main thing that some people pointed out about that show is everybody was legitimately chastised for their flaws, except the fat guy. The fat guy was chastised for being fat. And it was presented that being fat is a moral failing. Like, and that kind of seems to be, even to this day, seems to be a current through line in society. And I'm not talking about, like, absolute morbid obesity, like, because that guy was, again, he showed up on My 600 Pound Life. Like, they literally had to rent a U-Haul and put his bed on cinder blocks in the back of the U-Haul to get him to the hospital. So it's like, there's extreme circumstances, but it just seems that, generally speaking, a lot of people out there believe that just being heavy set is a moral failing, and I think that's kind of odd.
So I'm gonna argue both sides really quick.
Okay.
Dr. Phil sells himself as a therapist. So I can understand wanting to help, air quote, to rehabilitate this individual if he is experiencing that level of extreme impediments in his life due to his weight. And to that extent, he's going to, again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen if he did it well. But you do have, when that is a problem, you do have to address it as a problem. With that said...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
With that said, if your idea for somebody who is overweight is to help them handle and recover from being overweight, it doesn't sound to me like this setup was in any way a good idea, because that's just going to put the person under a lot more intense stress and likely make him the direct target of somebody who's probably going to bully him while you are trying to get him mentally healthy and enough to handle whatever issues are blocking him from making that progress himself. So I think that's a very poor choice indeed.
Oh, yes. I should also briefly mention it was made all the worse by the fact that he actually began to speak with the racist against black people person and began to pick up some racist tendencies as well while he was on the show. Like, that was a bad show. But then you were going to argue the other side of it?
No, that was both sides of it.
Oh, okay.
Because I started by saying, hey, he was trying to help somebody, so you have to, when somebody's experiencing a compulsive behavior that is negatively impacting their life, not just like impacting their weight, but impacting their life, because it sounds like this man was not able to do a lot of things that he maybe wanted to do. If, he had to get a U-Haul and all of that.
Oh yeah, that was an episode of My 600-Pound Life. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, but it's the same guy later on, right?
Yeah.
So if he was in that situation, like, it is a problem. So that was the advocacy. And then I flipped and I said, hey, but this is not the way to help somebody who is having that kind of experience or trouble.
Yeah. It's just, again, it's like, it just bothers me so much from a societal standpoint that this is kind of what we take. It's like you see a fat child, and like this guy here, like how Anton, you pointed out, how Anton immediately defaulted to calling him fatso. And it's not even pizza face, it's not even ugly, it's not even ogre, it's just fatso. It's just fatso, meaning that out of everything about this character, the takeaway that Anton is pushing is that this is a fat kid.
Yeah.
And again, it just kind of ties back, it feels weird to me that being fat is just seen as this sort of moral problem rather than anything else. And that's not me going out of my way to be like morbid obesity, because there are certain elements, there are certain times where it's like, okay, look, you need to
try and be healthy, otherwise you're going to experience some very problematic things.
Exactly. I was trying to think of a way to say it without saying the stupid phrase, like, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's like, I don't like that phrase anymore. But yeah, it's like there's points, especially when, like on My 600-Pound Life, which, again, I haven't watched that in a while, but, a lot of the time it would be people who realize they have a problem and they'll cry about it and they'll be emotional, and then, like, 3 days later, they'll be having pizzas ordered to the hospital or, like, snuck into them, and they're clever enough to put the pizza in a different hospital room's trash can, or, like, the empty box. Mm-hmm. It's like, alright, you're losing sympathy here, bud. But... yeah, so let's get back.
Hold up.
Oh, jeez. All right, so sorry about that. We had an interruption in the recording. Some people showed up. So let's go ahead and move on.
For a bed frame.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next point of order here. So we have an option here to either fight back or endure. Now, if I'm just going to off-rip here, I feel like character-wise and narratively, Anton would not fight back.
Oh no, he's run away from every single problem that he's had.
Exactly. I don't think we're at the point where it's like, oh, finally I will show the wild woods what kind of animal I am. I don't think we're there yet. Also, I feel like this is a illusion of choice moment where no matter what we do, it's gonna like get back to the parents that, oh, Anton was fighting in school on his first day.
So I think that it's less a matter of what sort of punishment Anton may endure, because like when you're writing a branching story, it is easier to handle if there are certain touchstones that come back to keep the story relatively in the same direction. But especially for a longer project. But I think that this decision will be much more influential with how his relationship with these two kids actually progresses.
It's fair. Because, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, for most people, and this is not a guarantee, so granted, you know, like, this is not applicable, one size does not fit all, but usually speaking, when people are bullies in high school, and once they grow up and come into being an adult properly, usually they look back and go, ooh, that was bad.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, either that or, you know, you're Clint from Echo, and you just, you know, partake, and you don't remember anything except for what happened 3 minutes ago. So I think we shall endure, which I don't like this smirk. Also, I do like how this is just obviously like a slight bending with a couple added highlights. Like you can see it show up on his brow.
Distortion tool.
Yeah. Hang on, I gotta... There we go. Alright. I breathed in loudly, stood up, massaging my temples. Oh, I forgot his fucked up teeth. Oh, God. Oh. The Semyon made a mocking face as if asking me wordlessly, and what are you gonna do about it? I looked at his red fists that seemed so big to me that at the moment and realized if I said even a single word, I'd get hit. And he'll keep on hitting me until I cry, or maybe even that won't stop him. And nobody was gonna help me.
Простите,
Sorry.
я споткнулся.
I tripped. What a pathetic squeak. If you could actually burn up from shame, I would have been reduced to cinders by now.
Ходить нормально научись.
Learn how to walk,
Слепошара.
blind rat.
I lowered my eyes and squeezed past Semyon. He showered me with the smell of decaying teeth. Ugh.
Пока-пока, терпела.
Bye-bye, sucker.
The fatso let out a loud snort behind my back. See, again, it's just like we have, again, there's so many things that you could fire as ammunition towards him, but we have just zeroed right in on fat. Fat points at fat. Whatever. And I'm not just saying that because I am a rotund husky. I swear.
A Rotunsky.
A rotundsky. For those of you that may not know, Husky may be taking a vacation into the stars and may be coming back a little different, but we'll get to that when we get to that. My muscles became wooden, and I felt him wiping his hand on my back. Oh, no. I would like to point out I just got a Steam achievement called Humiliated and Insulted with a thumbs down arrow, or a thumbs down sign. And it said, you don't know how to stand up and defend yourself. Look, man, I'm going to say this for anybody who's experiencing bullying. It's not always... You need to consider what's best for you in the situation. And while I don't promote or condone violence, sometimes people need harsh corrections. And sometimes they just need to be completely fucking ignored. And sometimes you need to walk up to them when they're in the middle of the cafeteria talking with all their friends. You need to pull up a chair, sit next to them, put a hand on their knee and say, All right, sweetie, I know you don't like it when I talk to you in front of your friends, but we really got to finish that talk we started this morning, all right? It's very serious, all right? I'll let you get back to your lunch now. And then laugh hysterically as all of their friends know I'm fucking with them, but completely embarrass them. It was a great day. That was a good day. I continued walking, listening to demeaning smirks from all the sides. It was even worse than I expected. I was late to leave the school after classes on purpose. Semyon didn't attend the last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge the cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? Huh. So I guess it's normal outside of America for kids to have to do the cleaning? Because I knew they did it in Japan, but do they do it in other countries too?
I think it was also more normal earlier on in our country. Remember, this is the 90s.
Yeah. I just,
And,
I don't remember ever, like, seeing it in movies or anything, you know?
I mean, I've seen it briefly in a number of different shows. Like a very common thing to happen was like, especially like uh, beating the the erasers together in order to get all of the chalk off them, so that they could be reused again the next day without just spreading the chalk all over the board.
Yeah. I thought that was like a punishment, though.
Yes, and this was a punishment. Remember?
True. But, like, the way he says it here, I thought this was, like, just... I don't know. Oh well. Also, I miss these, like, 80s style, like, globe lamps. Can we bring those back?
No.
Why not? They're so much easier on your eyes than fucking LEDs.
That's just because it's literally a cover. You can
Yes!
cover a regular LED and then you still have the same effect.
I mean,
And
fair.
these are a lot more difficult to handle without breaking.
Fair. Also, this is a quick pro tip. Pro tip, I had this conversation in the No Playing Games Discord at some point, but pro tip, if you are somebody who is easily visually overstimulated and you need to go to Walmart, or any shopping stores, really, look into orange tinted glasses. So it can be seen as like anti-astigmatism glasses or like anti night driving glasses. Uh, but basically, I tried this out with a couple people, and they talk about, being overstimulated visibly very easily. And this is just anecdotal. There's probably a study out there somewhere, you know. But basically, from what I can tell, a lot of the times that comes from the overuse of shades of blue in literally everything, since it's one of the most common fucking colors we use. So by wearing orange tinted glasses, you actually dull the blue down a little bit, and it becomes less attacking on the eyes. So if you're somebody who needs to maybe, go out in public a little bit more and you maybe help you feel less overstimulated. Get you some KDA Evelyn glasses, the original KDA Evelyn, which is much superior than the sequel.
Oh, you're talking about that game.
Look, I played it for a while at some point, and
I put an embarrassing amount of time into it that I should not have during a period of time that I should not have.
hey, it's fine. We all go through it at some point. It's like I was cycling back and forth between League and StarCraft 2 because I was trying to using StarCraft because this was back in Wings of Liberty, using StarCraft to learn how to like better stutter step and hit the minions.
Right.
Yeah. And I also became a toxic Karthus mid lane. I became a toxic Karthus mid laner. What was your poison back when you played?
Oh, I don't know that I could say that I ever properly mained anybody. I liked playing around.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Also, for anybody who's worried, I have since moved on from League of Legends into other games, and I am a support main now because I don't have to deal damage. I just gotta make sure you can do what you need to do. Smile. This was a relief. I didn't want to meet him in the empty hallway. The smirks of my classmates stood before my eyes like overturned horseshoes. My class had a lot of fun at my expense, but those who missed the show were asking the others to describe my bullying in full detail. I should have just transferred into a school for freaks. I'd be less conspicuous amongst the hunchbacks, lame-legged and disfigured. Wasn't that like a young adult book Cirque du Freak?
Oh, Cirque du Freak? Okay, so I read the entirety of the series, and that wasn't really what that was about.
Okay, I never read it. I just remembered like circus, supernatural weirdos, werewolf, and being
Yeah,
like,
so
huh.
basically, Cirque du Freak, like that's the titular Cirque du Freak is uh basically no more than an instigating event. The entire series is just about being a vampire.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, vampires never fall out of fashion anyway, so.
Yeah, and as far as young youth novels go, it wasn't a ridiculous excuse for a romance with underage protagonists. So,
Okay, alright, so we're already, several flights of stairs above the most of them. God.
yeah.
Without going too much into it, did you ever happen to hear about or read that, I'm gonna be quite frank, shitty book series Hilary Duff wrote called Elixir?
No.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to, at a different point in time, we're gonna have to delve into that because it is fucking insane. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Semyon was nowhere to be found in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. I did not like that floorboard creak. That was not okay. All of the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton.
Coming from inside the house.
Right? There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on its head. What? Huh? The American condor? Is that like literally like a condor from America, or is that like a weird way of saying like a bald eagle?
Might just be a translation.
Jesus. That was unfortunately very loud in my ears. I'm turning my volume down now.
Okay.
Oh my god. The sound of... Go ahead, sorry.
I said I am here.
You are here.
Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
God, that better not fucking happen again. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. The slam, by the way, that's what I was referring to, not happening again. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone, a sudden thought came to mind. I remembered the missing boy. His portrait was on the notice board, near the schedule. That feels like it changed a bit.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I remembered his smile. him looking at me, and the fact that he's most likely already dead.
Привет.
Hello.
I shuddered and turned around. At first, my eyes stumbled upon the black violin case. Then I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. Oh. She sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simeon's jokes. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all the breaks just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
Hello. I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern on the wooden floor.
Я видела, как Бабурин тебя толкнул.
I saw Baburin push you.
Ты в порядке?
Are you alright?
The bump on my head hurt, but it wasn't all that much uncomfortable.
В порядке.
I'm fine.
Пустяк.
It's nothing.
Ага, пустяк.
It's definitely not nothing.
Этот придурок в последнее время совсем распоясался.
That idiot can't control himself at all lately.
Врезал бы ты ему.
You should have punched him back.
Угу.
I mumbled in reply.
Вроде Семен раньше таким не был.
Semyon wasn't like that before.
Он к нам недавно перевелся.
He also transferred here just recently.
Бабушка мне его по секрету сказала, что он словно
His
взбесился.
grandma told me that it almost felt like he went mad.
I started shoving books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands. The girl looked at me with her clear, attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь?
Do you live over the river?
В том деревянном доме?
In that wooden house?
Ну да.
Yeah.
Там, наверное, страшно.
Must be scary living there.
Да еще через лес идти.
And you also have to cross the forest.
Я бы так не смогла.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of intertwining branches, of snake-like trail, of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I straight up lied.
Да не так уж там и страшно.
It's not that scary.
А что тебя так пугает?
What's so scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream.
Да так. Ничего.
Actually, never mind.
Меня, кстати, Полина зовут.
Deception check failed.
Right.
My name is Paulina, by the way.
You know what? Okay, then we gotta break off for this real quick. So is she the fox or is the mean girl the fox, you think?
It's a good question.
I feel like she's the fox. Something's itching in the back of my head. God. Okay.
А меня Антон.
What was the name that he gave the fox girl?
Oh shoot, I don't remember. Is that not? Yeah, there ain't no way. Glossary. No, we talked about kompot.
I know it started with an A.
I almost want to say Alita, but I was also thinking about Code Lyoko earlier.
Okay, that's sure.
I'm like, you know, I mean, yeah, it's fair. Code Lyoko was a great show. I miss it. I don't like any of the reboots they tried. That was terrible. Yeah, in case you didn't know, they tried to make like a live action reboot. weird.
The original show was weird.
Well, yeah, the original show was weird. You could play an entire fucking game of Battleship on that on the chick with black hair's fucking forehead. Like that and the fucking, what was his name? Odd, the fucking kid, the cat boy. Laser arrows. It was a fucking.
I never saw very much of it, to be frank. But
it was a fun show. It was a really dumb, fun show, and I mean, I thought it was interesting to just see like all the different ways that what was his name? Xana, the bad guy, could like hack into the real world and like fuck with the protagonists. Oh well. And I'm Anton.
Ну, это я знаю.
I already knew that.
Oh,
Ой, мне на музыку пора.
Oh, I have to go to music class.
that was also very loud. Oh my gosh.
it was kind of loud.
I mean, that's how it feels to be in school, though, I guess. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters or the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamps, she looked much more alluring.
А ты
Oh my
играешь на чем-нибудь?
God.
Yeah, that's not the best word to use there.
I mean, he's just an infatuated youth.
Yeah.
How old is he? Something like 12, maybe?
I think we said he was like 10 to 15. I think. He can't be, 15 feels way too old. I think he's like 10.
Yeah, 15 is too old.
10 to 13. I'm trying to remember. Because they said his age on one of the episodes, because I remember editing it and hearing it and being like, oh, that's all he is.
Okay.
Can you play anything?
My parents bought me a guitar a couple of years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts at making music. Don't worry, sweetheart, that's you and most other people who buy a guitar. They learn Smoke on the Water and they just call it a day.
It's almost like learning an instrument takes dedication and art and craft, and we should respect our artists who do so rather than just stealing all of their work.
God, tell me about it. I remember I played trumpet, and let me tell you, the headache of me trying to hit certain high notes while playing my trumpet. Holy shit, man. Oh. But yes, at time of recording, I'll also like to point out that the OpenAI CEO just basically said, well, AI doesn't take that much energy. Have you looked into how much energy it takes to raise a child? Literally just equating AI to human life like that. Like, excuse you? Way to say the quiet part out loud, buddy. Change. We're all waiting for change. What?
I don't know.
Yeah, that one's somebody in the comments. So I know Chicky Bricky of Donka. Somebody in the comments let us know. Oh, Soy's song echoed in my thoughts and my desire to change something. What do we got? Victor Soy, or is it Soy or is it Soy?
It would be soy.
Yeah, because isn't Czar spelled like TSAR or something like that? Or is it CZ?
Are.
A singer and a frontman of a popular Soviet rock band Kino that played a mix of new wave and post-punk. Their hit song Premen, or Changes, is one of the most popular rock tracks of the new Russian era. Died in a car accident. Oh. The day the music died.
Yeah, so the line that he just said is probably lyrics from that song.
Probably, yeah. The guitar lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house near the forest. Or the guitar got lost. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, и не играю.
I don't, sadly.
Жалко.
A pity.
Ну ладно, я побежала.
Oh well, I'll be going.
Пока!
Пока.
You kinda smell like a baka. Eren Yeager.
Oh my god, the word is paka.
Words that sound like other words in different languages.
Don't make this a trilingual stream. It's too much.
It's too much. ¿Por qué no? ¿Por qué no? Cabrón. Her shout was captured by the loud echo.
Oh no, now we're 4 languages in.
On the bright side, you'll never hear me speaking French because I don't speak French. See,
Sure thing, Herzog.
what?
Somebody told me the other day that apparently Werner Herzog knows French but refuses to speak it.
Who is that again?
I would, if I tell you the joke that most people make about them, it's that their voice is the very monotone Austrian voice that is vaguely depressing to hear, and sort of just this flat monotone speaking. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways.
Yep. Don't make me come over there again.
What?
I'll come over there again. I'll do it.
You asked me to tell you who it was. I told you who it was.
I'm gonna bap you. Or I'll use my psychic mind powers to make you come over here.
Oh
I'll do
no!
it. Don't make me do it. I'll do it.
Oh no! I am being allured hypnotically by the swaying.
Oh, by the belly.
Oh yo!
Lord.
Пока!
Bye. I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. I looked out the window again. Oh, I'm sorry, Semyon would say while shoving me off the staircase in a way that would break my neck. Or, oops, didn't mean that. After spilling compote on me in the cafeteria. Jesus, this laughing is loud. God, hang on, I gotta actually turn this. Jesus.
Yeah, please do. Oh my god, loud.
And this kept happening every day. I couldn't relax for a moment because of the string of coincidences. And to my horror, I realized that it was only going to get worse, and I couldn't do anything about it. I always walked looking down at school and counted down minutes until the classes ended. Only in rare moments, when I caught Paulina's look on me, I choked from embarrassment and was ready to fight, but as if to mock me, nothing happened. And then my rage subsided, and everything returned to normal.
I also want to point out that those were definitely adults laughing.
Oh, absolutely. I always went home alone. First I slipped through the village, then over the bridge, across the river, and finally through the forest. The road slithered between the trees for around 10 minutes. There was no passerby, or passers-by. Only cars slowly crawled past me, as if afraid to sink in snow. I tried walking as fast as possible because branches, white from the snow, and black trunks created an illusion of someone wandering the forest. Somebody tall, sneaky, who can turn into a tree or a snow pile, and then, when nobody's looking at them, continue their journey along the road. Man, every time we talk about this forest, I want to go watch The Ritual again. Ah, that's such a good movie. It's so scary.
Ну, здорово, Антошка.
Oh no.
Yo, Antoshka.
My heart nearly stopped. From the darkness behind the pines, just like the cavemen from their cave, appeared smirking Semyon with a bunch of his cronies.
Опачки, какая встреча!
And who do we have here?
Очкарик в жопе сарик на.
Take care of this four eyes free.
Better 4 eyes than no teeth, jackass. Goddamn. They surrounded me like a carnivorous pride, making me step back. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty as if I'd licked a battery.
Глядите на этого сопляка, пацаны.
Look at this sucker, guys.
В школе так споткнулся, что паркет помял.
He tripped so hard at school that he broke the floor.
А ремонтировать кто будет?
Who'll fix it now?
Кинешься на ремонт, терпила.
Will you pay for it, wimp?
Ипси, мы тебя правильно ходить научим.
Don't you worry, we'll teach you how to walk right.
Oh, he's got a ring on. Oh, God. Semyon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shape carved in it up to my face.
Ща, парашник, я тебе этой печаткой так заряжу. Клеймо на всю жизнь останется.
We don't say slurs on this channel.
I'll hit your gay face so hard it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life.
Стой!
Stop! A wheezy whisper left my lips, and my head tilted forward, hitting Semyon's fist. Red sparks flew from my eyes. They're going to gang up on me and beat me up.
Бяша, подсоби.
Yesha, give me a hand.
Semyon gave me a rough push towards the bastard with the slanting eyes, and he tripped me. I fell on the sharp crust of the ice, and the fatso stepped on my hand, preventing me from getting up. A painful groan escaped my throat.
Слыхали, как заныл?
Did you hear him whimper?
А ты случаем не педик?
Is he actually a queer or something?
I started to lose breath from anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot and pulsating pain was shooting through it, like it was cut off and a ball of nettle was sewn in its
Че
place.
молчишь, Антошка?
Why so silent, Antoshka?
Отвечай, ты педик?
Come on, tell us. Are you gay? At this moment, I felt pure, unbridled rage, the amalgamation of my anger. Like the Sprouts ink, it rose up from the depths of my mind, filling all my thoughts.
Твари!
Morons!
Знаете, что
Did you know
мой отец
that my dad...
Кто-то педик.
Is also a
Semyon burst out laughing. This became the last straw. Fear and anger were grappling inside me like mad
Он
dogs.
айкидо занимался. Поняли?
He knows Aikido. Got it?
Он еще воевал.
And he's a vet.
Таких, как вы, с закрытыми глазами убивает.
He'll kill the likes of you with his eyes closed.
Я только слово скажу, он...
One word from me and he'll... The boy in a tracksuit raised his hand, stopping the torrent of lies, and made a couple of steps forward. Semyon slowly backed off, giving me an opportunity to stand up. It was a surprise for me. Seems like Baburin wasn't the leader of the gang. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore with very strong and sharp teeth. Pines were swaying back and forth like solemn guardians. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face, twisted with rage?
Воевал, говоришь?
Now that you say.
Мой батя тоже воевал.
My dad also fought in the war.
В Афгане.
In Afghan.
А твой?
And yours?
И мой.
Mine too.
Да, и в каких войсках, интересно?
Oh, really? And what force did he serve in? I stumbled. Fear chomped at my rageous throat and made it bleed.
Да он фуфло гонит, Ромка.
He's full of shit, Romka.
Бля, будуна.
Sure as. Yeah, that's yours. I think.
No, Biasha is yours. Who has ownership of this small Asian child?
I can't fucking tell what their names are. I've lost track.
No, it's
I've already
okay.
lost track. I'm so bad at names.
No, it's okay. So you got Semyon and Biasha. I got Ramna and Anton. Roma? Is he Roma? Is he a tomato?
I don't know.
Is he a tomato? He looks like.
Sure as fuck.
Думал, меня так просто развести?
Did you think I'm so easy to trick?
Я тебя, сучонка, насквозь вижу.
I could see through all your lies, you little bitch. There was a nasty smile on his face now. This didn't bode well for me.
Ты сам себе приговор подписал.
Well, you've asked for this.
Хана тебе.
You're fucked.
Во-во.
That's right.
Давай, Антошка. Молись, чтобы твой труп
Pray
по
that they
весне нашли.
find your dead body come spring.
Сидел бы ниже травы, был бы целочкой.
If only you'd stayed silent, wouldn't have lost a hair.
Но про Афган пиздеть, где мой батя под пулями. Долг интернациональный. В Даште Марго, блядь.
But fucking around with stuff like Afghan, where my dad spent time under fire, on international duty in fucking Dashta Margo. The fuck is that? A desert region in southern province of Helmand and Nimruz in Afghanistan. Its name can be translated in English to Plain of Death. During the conflict in Afghanistan, the Soviet army destroyed countless drug caravans headed to Iran there. Jesus.
Сёма, ушатай-ка его.
Give him a good pounding, Sioma. The delinquents closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Semyon. Blood was pumping in my temples. Branches were swaying back and forth, as if whispering something, giving me hope. I gritted my teeth, fighting the thought that I looked silly and took a boxing stance I often saw in the movies.
Хера ты, Майк Тайсон.
What are you, fucking Mike Tyson?
That was my first ever fight. This was my first ever fight. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. If I don't kick the bucket, of course. At the edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness writhe again as if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack.
Манатки, Антошка.
Give me your shit, Antashka.
Махаться мешает.
It'll get in the way. I was about to refuse, unwilling to cooperate with the bastard, but then he fished a butterfly knife out of his pocket. With one smooth motion, spun it as if showing off, and put the blade to my neck.
Слышь, Фрей, расслабься, а то больно будет.
Yeah, easy, buddy. I can make it painful. I let out a cloud of steam instead of words. Romka pulled with all his might, and my backpack ended up in his hands. Calm and relaxed. An insidious smile on his face. He looked into my backpack.
Ты от нас что-то скрываешь, да?
Are you hiding something from us?
У меня в школе какая-то крыса сменку подрезала.
Some rat stole my school shoes.
Сейчас поглядим, может это был...
Let me see if it was...
Опачки!
Oh, what's this? Romka gave me a dubious smile. He's got bunny scissors. Oh my god.
Так, а что это у нас здесь?
So what do we have here? My text and notebooks fell in the snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other. It looked like a mask? Roma lifted it high as if showing it to someone else, to someone in the treetops, in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long worn-out ears, barely visible, and a very little nose and whiskers, mangy fur on the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it there? Semyon laughed.
Новый год уже прошел, мудила.
It's way past New Year's, moron.
Oh, we are way over time, but you know what? Fuck it. We got. It's gonna be a long one because this is building to something. Let's keep going.
Или ты реально поехавший?
Or are you really a loony?
Это не мое.
It's not mine.
Да как не твое, В твоем портфеле лежала она.
How come it's not? It was in your backpack.
Romka was watching the scene unfold with an evil smile on his face.
А знаешь что?
You know what?
Надевай.
Put it on.
Зачем?
Why?
Надевай, говорю.
Because I'm telling you to.
Попрыгаешь перед нами.
You'll
Да,
hop.
зайчик.
You'll hop like a bunny for us.
Давай, давай!
Yeah, come on.
Или без штанов домой пойдешь на.
Or we'll leave you pantsless.
Anything but this. What if someone from our class will pass by? For example, Paulina?
Нет.
No!
Сёма, надень-ка на него.
Siama, put it on him. Biasha rushed to his friend's side, and he took the worn-out mask from him with a buffoonish bow. Then he passed it to Semyon, who was already rubbing his hands in anticipation. I looked around the pine woods, as if waiting for help, as if the shadows that writhed around us would take pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms twisted in unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was the smoke they produced. I can't run, I won't get away, they'll catch me. And then...
Вот.
Here,
Это чтобы маска хорошо налезла.
it'll fit better this way.
He hurled a huge ball of spit on the inside of the plastic bunny face and put it close to mine. His spit looked like a squashed spider. Romka's face twisted. He spasmed like a beast, like he wanted to tell Semyon something, but then he suddenly stopped. Semyon was still close by, with a disgusting smirk on his face and a terrible smell coming from his mouth.
Надевай, быра!
Put it on fast,
Оттурую.
or you're dead.
The mask almost looked even more disgusting now, yet, despite everything, I felt like it was a chance for salvation. It could become my second skin if only I was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface. I'm sure the fur will glitter, and the ears will tremble like they're alive. Where the fuck is this coming from? What the fuck? I just need to put it on, and Simeon and his friends will be gone. Forever. Oh. The only option is to put it on. I reach out. My hand wasn't shaking anymore. Semyon handed me the mask and let out an evil laugh. The fur felt warm to the touch, just like I expected. I got goosebumps. Electricity flowed through my spine.
Вот оно,
This is it.
мое спасение.
My salvation. A voice whispered to me from the well of my subconscious. Just put it on, and nobody will hurt you. The forest froze, gazing at me with cracks in the bark. I acted slowly. I took off my glasses, got rid of the nasty spit on the paper mache. There was movement inside of the bunny face, as if something was trying to break out, and I needed to help it. I lifted up the mask and started moving it toward my flaming cheeks. Just like in that movie with Jim Carrey, this mask had power. This mask had strength. Carton touched my skin. It enveloped my skull, my nose, took the shape of my face. It smelled like an animal lair and pine. My lips touched some sort of hard, wavy material. My armor. Strangely enough, through the slits of the old carnival mask, I was able to see as good as through my glasses. A trio of boys, frozen in the clearing. Snowflakes frozen in the air. The trees whose shadows formed black streams toward me. And a weird silhouette in the early twilight behind the windfall. In all that silence, Semyon nervously whispered.
Пацаны, что это?
Hey guys, what's up with him?
I broadened my shoulders. My muscles felt like they were made of steel. Invisible plumes of fog flew toward me, breaking off the trees. I was absorbing the forest's power with my every pore of my body. I smiled underneath the mask. No. I showed my teeth. My fists were itching. My stomach was growling.
Он превращается!
He's turning.
You asked for this. I made a step forward. Semyon carefully stepped toward me, as if he was walking on thin ice. A trail from my dreams snaked in front of me again. Endless, alluring, it was beckoning me away from all the problems to the new wonderful world of the magic and the world of magic, Neverland. I pulled open the zipper on my coat and threw it into the snow with a fast motion, then growled. I felt like something was frantically looking for the exit underneath my skin. I went towards Semyon.
Он превращается!
He's turning.
Твою мать!
Fuck.
Превращается!
Turning.
Конченого мудака!
Into a fucking idiot. The clearing blew up in hysteric laughter. Biasha was clutching his stomach. Roma smirked, shaking his head. And Semyon, who was laughing the most out of the three, spat on his knuckles and waved his fist like a club.
Ну и дебил же ты, Тошик.
You're such a moron, Tosha.
A fist collided with my mask. The fur didn't dampen the blow at all. There was no power, no magic. Smoke coming from the pines. I flew towards the bushes and landed on my butt. My vision bolstered by adrenaline, a moment before returned to normal.
Вот это был номер.
And with that fucking depressing note, I feel like this has gone on long enough, goddammit. Oh, shit. I thought we were there. I thought we were there. I was like, it's gonna happen. The thing, whatever thing it is, it's gonna happen. And no, not quite. Unless this is like some crazy double fake out shit. But it's already been an hour and I don't want to gamble on that.
All right.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.